immediately resonated with his sigh as excitement continued to build. Leo had already saved a substantial sum for this grand tour, and he even invested in a new camera to capture the beauty of their journey. The day they had all been eagerly awaiting finally arrived. They gathered at the airport, packed and ready for their adventure. With hearts full of anticipation, they boarded their flight to the Bahamas. The view was spectacular, and they could hardly wait to explore their new surroundings. Their hotel was strategically chosen to be near the sea, affording them easy access to the oceanic wonder they had come to see. They spent their first day exploring the area around their hotel, soaking in the local culture and preparing for the grand adventure ahead. As dawn broke the following day, they eagerly set out for the sea. When they arrived at the shoreline, they found a friendly crew waiting to help them with their seabound journey, and saw hours passed without a word from didn't shake the feeling that their adventurous friend might be in trouble. With heavy hearts, they made their way to the water's edge, ready to search for their missing companion. Their frantic search led them to Leo's abandoned board and camera, which lay eerily still on the water. It was a chilling sight, and dread filled their hearts as they realized the gravity of the situation. As they scoured the area, they spotted patches of red in the water, a gruesome testament to the violence that had unfolded just moments before. Devastated and in shock, Leo's friends had no choice but to accept the grim reality of their friend's full memory of their ill-fated journey, a bittersweet memento of their shared reminder of the unpredictable and sometimes perilous nature of our passions and the American family. Embarked on a journey that would forever alter his was insatiable about the world and was willing to expend his family, decided to rent a small boat and venture out alone. He skillfully navigated the waters, capturing the beauty of the island dreamscape beach through his lens. It was a moment of pure joy as he saw his lifelong dream become a reality. But fate can be fickle, and the moment's serenity was shattered when a massive tiger shark suddenly appeared before Leo's small board. Panic washed over him as he grappled with the terrifying reality of the situation. Inexperienced in such perilous waters, Leo was ill-prepared to confront the apex predator that circled him hungrily. The small board tipped precariously as the tiger shark lunged at it in response to primal instincts. Leo, unable to fend off the beast, tumbled into the water. His heart raced and fear coursed through him as he realized his dire predicament. He struggled to stay afloat, but the relentless predator was swift and merciless. Within moments, the once tranquil waters of the island dreamscape beach turned crimson with Leo's blood, a stark reminder of the brutal encounter that had just taken place. He seized the opportunity for a quick swim, hoping to capture even more breathtaking shots from the water, where the world below promised hidden wonders and the chance to capture nature's secrets from a unique perspective. As he swam deeper, camera in hand, Adam was completely absorbed in the underwater world. Vibrant corals and exotic fish surrounded him, creating an enchanting photo opportunity. He had never felt so close to nature's beauty. But beneath him, unbeknownst to Adam, a powerful predator had taken an interest. The tiger shark, lurking silently in the depths, had sensed the intruder. It began to approach, but its movements were slow and cautious, mirroring the typical behavior of sharks when investigating unknown objects or creatures in their territory. Just as the shark was drawing close, she set out on a journey of skill development with unwavering dedication under the direction of her father and her teachers. Emma's innate talent and strong work ethic allowed her to progress rapidly, mastering every step with remarkable speed. As Emma honed her swimming skills, her commitment to the sport became evident through her consistent and outstanding performance. She soon began to achieve recognition on an international level, garnering numerous prestigious awards that established her name and legacy in the world of swimming. Emma's life took on new meaning. She became an advocate for shark conservation, using her platform to raise awareness about the importance of protecting these magnificent creatures and their natural habitats. As someone who had come face to face with a tiger shark and lived to tell the tale, her unique perspective gave her a powerful voice in the conservation community. Emma's story serves as a reminder that life can take unexpected and perilous turns, but the strength of the human spirit knows no bounds. Her determination to pursue her passion for swimming, even in the face of danger, is a testament to the power of following one's dreams. Emma's journey from a young swimmer in the Bahamas to a global symbol of courage and resilience is a story that will continue to inspire generations. To the sprawling cityscape of Miami in 2010, the Miami River flowed, a stark contrast to the urban jungle surrounding it. With its brackish waters, the river was a unique ecosystem, home to freshwater and marine life. Here, a 45-year-old journalist, Maria Gonzalez, found her next big story. Maria had covered environmental issues for the Miami Daily for over 2 decades. She was intrigued when she heard rumors of a bull shark sighting in the Miami River. Bull sharks, known to tolerate fresh water, were still rare in the river. Equipped with a camera and a small boat, Maria set out to investigate. As she navigated the winding river, the city's skyscrapers towering above, she felt the thrill of the chase. Hours turned into days, and she had her first encounter just when she was about to give up. While passing under a bridge, she noticed a large shadow in the water. As it came closer, The unmistakable form of a bull shark emerged. Maria quickly grabbed her camera, capturing the majestic creature as it swam alongside her boat. But this was no ordinary bull shark. It bore distinct scars, telling tales of battles fought and won. Word of Maria's discovery spread like wildfire. The city was abuzz with excitement and fear. The Miami River, usually frequented by kayakers and small boats, saw a sudden drop in activity. Residents were both fascinated and terrified by the presence of the apex predator in their midst. The Miami Daily published Maria's photographs. Overnight, she became a local sensation. Tourists and residents flocked to the riverbanks, hoping to glimpse the elusive bull shark. While some viewed it with awe, others saw it as a potential threat, leading to heated debates across the city. As the days passed, Maria continued her river expeditions, documenting the bull shark's movements. She noticed it had a particular route, often lingering near a specific spot under the bridge. Retrieving a spare diving knife from her boat, she dived back in, using the knife's reflection to catch the shark's attention. As the shark curiously approached the glinting object, Linda cautiously moved closer, attempting to cut the net without alarming the creature. Every second felt like an eternity, with the vast blue ocean around her and the powerful predator inches away. Minutes felt like hours, but Linda's determination and experience prevailed. The net was freed from the shark's fin with one final cut. Sensing its newfound freedom, the bull shark swiftly swam away, disappearing into the depths. Linda's heart raced as she returned to the surface, her mission accomplished. The divers on the boat cheered, having witnessed the daring rescue from above. News of Linda's brave act spread throughout Blue Harbor, earning her the title of Shark Savior. However, the incident raised concerns about the safety of the waters. The presence of a bull shark near the famous diving spot was alarming. Linda realized that this was just the beginning of a bigger challenge. The town needed to address the issue, ensuring the safety of its residents and marines.
To flee only seemed to draw the massive shark closer, its fins slicing through the surface of the water as it circled around her like a vulture circling its prey. The other divers froze in terror, their faces etched with horror as they watched the deadly dance between Lisa and the shark. Despite the guide's warning, Lisa's panic had already taken over. Her splashing movements had attracted the lurking predator towards her, and the shark was closing in. Its sleek gray body glided through the water with ease, its dark, lifeless eyes fixed on Lisa. Suddenly, the shark lunged at Lisa. The sound of teeth crunching through bone echoed in her ears as the massive tiger shark clamped down on her left leg. She felt the searing pain shoot through her body, and she let out a blood-curdling scream. The shark's teeth sliced through her flesh like a hot knife through butter, leaving a gaping wound that gushed blood into the ocean. Lisa felt her consciousness slipping away as the pain became too much to bear. Her vision blurred, and she struggled to stay awake, but eventually succumbed to the darkness. The guide's heart raced with adrenaline as he saw Lisa's body sinking rapidly into the abyss. With a burst of energy, he kicked his way towards her, determined to save her. But as he reached her, a sudden chill ran down his spine. From the murky depths emerged the same tiger shark, its massive jaws wide open, ready to strike again. The guide's heart pounded in his chest as he watched in horror as the shark bit off Lisa's other leg in a single swift motion. The guide's blood ran cold as he watched in horror as the massive tiger shark ripped off Lisa's limbs one after. 3 sharks feeding on something in the water, and they couldn't identify it on account of all the blood in the water. The tourists gathered on the boat's railing to see the shark, as the guide described it as a must-see event. They pressed on the railing, struggling to see over each other to take in as much of the scene as possible. Michelle and Roger were side by side and talking about how interesting the scene was. The sharks were ravenous and zipping through the water, absolutely tearing at whatever was in the water. At the peak of the feeding frenzy, the guide said that the boat would start up at that point to stay on schedule. The boat was turned on and started slowly moving forward, and the guide continued to explain what they would do upon returning to Freetown. However, the guide's words were drowned out of Michelle's ears as she hyper-focused on the squeaky railing, getting progressively louder. It gave way. Within a moment, Michelle found herself splashing in the water in the middle of the shiver of sharks. The rest of the people on the boat barely managed to hold on to each other to not follow Michelle. Roger screamed after his wife and made an attempt to jump in after her, but the guide prevented him from doing that, since the shark would attack him as well, and they would have to save both of them. The moment she fell into the water, Michelle immediately felt the harsh, coarse skin of one of the sharks shred the skin on her back, making her yelp in pain. She flailed her arms in panic as she tried to get to the surface more securely. Normally, Michelle's body dwarfed all other sharks they had seen before. Its scarred sides bore the evidence of countless battles, and its cold, dead eyes were fixed on the steel cage with an unerring focus. The crew and Randall watched in terror as the shark kept circling the cage, getting closer and closer with each pass. The atmosphere was thick with fear as they waited for what would happen next. The suspenseful silence was shattered when the shark disappeared suddenly into the depths of the ocean, leaving them all gasping for air. With the sudden appearance of the colossal great white shark, the crew of the diving expedition was thrown into a frenzy of fear and panic. They knew that they had to act quickly to save Randall's life. Without hesitation, they pulled on the rope that would lift the steel cage back to the surface. As they hauled it up, Randall could feel his heart pounding in his chest, and his body was shaking with fear. Just as he was about to breathe a sigh of relief, thinking he had made it out alive, the bottom of the cage was struck by a massive force. It felt like a powerful blow from a sledgehammer, and Randall was thrown off balance, his body jerking wildly in the water. He knew that something terrible was happening, and he could feel his fear growing with each passing moment. The sound of the impact was deafening, and Randall could feel his ears ringing. The water around him churned and frothed, and he knew that something was trying to break through the cage. His mind raced as he tried to imagine what kind of monster was capable of such a feat of strength. Randall's mind raced as he frantically scanned the murky waters, desperate to identify the source of the massive collision that had sent him hurtling out of the cage. Dread filled his heart as he suddenly realized that the colossal great white shark they had seen earlier was the culprit. Before he could even think of a way to defend himself, the beast launched itself like a torpedo, its razor-sharp teeth glistening in the water. In one swift and bone-chilling moment, the shark sunk its jaws into Randall's upper torso, tearing it away from his body with a violent snap. The sensation of excruciating pain recommended that they explore the Molokini crater, a dormant undersea volcanic crater. Intrigued, Melissa and her family eagerly inquired for more details about the location. The local described it as a magnificent wonder of nature, with an abundance of marine life and underwater caves waiting to be explored. As the group imagined themselves diving into the clear blue water of the crater, they felt a sense of excitement and apprehension. They had never attempted anything like this before, and the unknown dangers lurking beneath the surface added to the thrill. The idea of venturing into a crater formed by a volcano that had been active in the past made their hearts race. Despite their hesitation, they decided to take the plunge and embark on this new adventure. On the day of the dive, the family was bubbling with excitement as they strapped on their diving gear and jumped into the cool, clear water surrounding Molokini crater. The vibrant colors of the coral reef below were mesmerizing, and the family couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder and awe at the otherworldly beauty before them. Schools of brightly colored fish swam around them, while majestic sea turtles
and their daughter Chalisa had embarked on a family adventure to Verotic Island in the rugged wilderness of Alaska. The pristine beauty of the Alaskan wilderness had always held a special allure for them, and they were eager to explore this remote island together. The journey had been tranquil thus far, with the family basking in the serenity of the Alaskan waters as they covered the distance to their destination. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of the sea and the promise of a memorable adventure to do so. Little did she know that this simple act would change the course of her day and her life. As Poppy floats in the water, she notices something immense moving in the distance. Her heart raced as she realized it was a colossal shark. Panic set in as the shark closed in on her, its size and power striking fear into her heart. In an instant, the shark lunged, its jaws snapping dangerously close to Poppy's leg. Pain surged through her, but in desperation, Poppy remembered the advice she had once read about shark encounters. She aimed for the shark's eyes and struck with all her might. Miraculously, her desperate act worked, and the shark released its grip on her leg. In a flurry of adrenaline, she swam as fast as she could back to the ship's safety, her heart pounding with fear and relief. As Poppy clung to the ship's side, her body trembling, she cried out for help. Her fellow passengers quickly rushed to her aid, pulling her back on board. It was a harrowing experience that left her in excruciating pain, with her leg badly wounded. The ship immediately changed course, heading back to the California coast. The crew on board contacted the local authorities and medical professionals waiting on the shore to assist. Poppy's children were troubled as they saw their mother's bloodied leg and the pain etched on her face. They clung to her, their worry and fear evident. The news of a shark attack quickly spread among the passengers, creating a sense of shock and concern. Upon reaching the shore, medical professionals rushed to Poppy's side. They administered immediate first aid and carefully examined her injuries. The extent of the damage was severe, and they decided to transport her to a nearby hospital for further treatment. Word of the shark attack reached Poppy's relatives, who hurried to the hospital to be by her side. They comforted her worried children and ensured they were looked after during this traumatic ordeal. It was an opportunity that piqued her curiosity, and without much hesitation she agreed to participate. The company offered a reasonable compensation package and, in a gesture of support, covered all expenses related to transportation and accommodation. The chance to embark on this unique adventure was too tempting for Nella to resist. On the 23rd of March, the designated date for the shoot, a team from the company arrived at Nella's doorstep to pick her up. Her excitement was palpable as she envisioned the protocol and preparations involved in such a captivating endeavor. They embarked on a journey to the open sea, with half of the team members already stationed there, eagerly awaiting the arrival of the rest. As Nella prepared for this extraordinary experience, the team provided her with a specialized swimmer's outfit and a waterproof camera. The thought of what lay beneath the ocean's surface filled her with anticipation and wonder. Before commencing the shoot, Nella felt a sudden thirst. The team offered her a refreshing drink, and after quenching her thirst, she slipped into her swimwear and was ready to immerse herself in this unique opportunity. The team had arranged for a rental ship for the shoot, and as they sailed towards the middle of the sea, Nella plunged into the water, her camera capturing the mysteries of the deep. In the awe-inspiring beauty of the ocean's depths, Nella discovered herself in a fascinating underwater world. However, as she continued her shoot, an unexpected and chilling moment disrupted her tranquility. A massive shark suddenly entered around a seaside location. Adam was particularly interested in this new project and suggested painting a thorough portrait of the seaside, including its varied vistas and into a seaside location in their homeland on a sunny Sunday. In preparation for their journey, Adam and his girlfriend diligently gathered the necessary equipment, project details, and they finally arrived at the seaside. The place was teeming with people. Families relishing beauty and historical significance of the area were encapsulated in their photographs. The turquoise depths seemed alluring, and the sun's rays danced on the surface, casting a mesmerizing play of light and shadow toward Adam, allowing him to grab hold of it as he continued swimming. Recognizing the urgency, Adam gripped the buoyant float tightly, and the captain carefully and slowly pulled him back to the safety of the boat. It was a tense moment, but the combined efforts of the captain and his girlfriend allowed Adam to escape the potential danger of the approaching tiger shark. The incident deepened his passion for capturing the beauty of nature, but it also instilled in him a profound sense of responsibility to promote conservation and awareness of the fragile ecosystems he had been fortunate enough to explore. From that day forward, his project on the seaside took on a new purpose. It became a platform to share not just the splendor of the natural world, but also the need to protect it. The lessons learned in the face of danger became a driving force behind his work, reminding others that for every stunning vista and captivating encounter, there lay a profound responsibility to safeguard the delicate balance. As the date for their long-awaited rendezvous, they arrived at their destination, a breathtaking stretch of coastline in the Bahamas he loved so much. As she waded deeper into however, what none of them could have anticipated was the impending danger lurking beneath the tranquil surface of the water. Unbeknownst to Emma, a massive and hungry tiger shark had silently observed her from the depths. As she swam further into the sea, the shark decided to make its move. With incredible speed, the shark lunged toward panic set in as they realized the dire situation unfolding before their eyes. Instinctively aware of the impending danger, Emma made a swift attempt to reach the water's surface. In a horrifying moment, the tiger shark's jaws closed around Emma's body and she was sent hurtling through the water. The friends on the shore were filled with a paralyzing fear as they witnessed the life and death struggle taking place just offshore. Despite the overwhelming odds stacked against her, Emma's determination and survival instinct kicked in. She fought with every ounce of strength within her, managing to break free from the shark's grasp. Though she suffered a severe injury to one of her legs in the process, she paid it no mind as she swam with all her might towards the safety of the shore. Her friends, now in a state of sheer panic, rushed into the water to aid her. Emma managed to make it to the shore with their support, her leg bleeding profusely from the shark's attack. The medical team acted swiftly to take a dramatic turn. Her name was now associated not only with her impressive achievements in the pool, resided in Hawaii with his family. One scorching day on the 23rd of June, James embarked on his making the day particularly oppressive. Among the locations on his route was a picturesque seaside. Arriving at the seaside, James began delivering the packages, each destined for a specific location near the water's edge. The temptation was too great to resist, and he decided to take a refreshing swim to cool off after a grueling day of work. As he frolicked in the gentle waves, the cooling embrace of the sea provided a welcome respite from the relentless heat. Time seemed to slip away, and the golden hues of sunset painted the horizon. Realizing the lateness of the hour, James reluctantly decided to make his way back to the company's headquarters, which lay at a considerable distance, deserted, with only a few ship staff tending to their duties nearby. James, always prepared for a spontaneous swim, changed into his shorts, ready to take another dip into the inviting waters. The idea was to unwind briefly before resuming his journey. As minutes turned into hours, James lost track of time, engrossed in the tranquility of the sea. The sun had dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows on the tranquil beach. Just as he was contemplating his return, a distant sound caught his attention. It was a subtle but distinct splashing noise emanating from the depths of the sea. Curiosity and a sense of unease gripped James as he strained to identify the source of the sound. Suddenly, a massive and menacing figure emerged out of the inky depths, a tiger shark, one of the ocean's most formidable predators. The distance between James and the formidable creature was perilously close, and the realization struck him like a bolt of lightning. Fear and shock coursed through his veins as he comprehended the grave danger that now lurked beneath the waves. The scent of potential prey sharpened the tiger shark's predatory instincts, and it wasted no time in closing the distance between them. Panic surged through James as he frantically pedaled away, desperate to escape the clutches of the fearsome predator. However, despite his desperate efforts, the shark managed to close the distance. Its powerful jaws snapping perilously clear predicament, James cried out for help, his voice echoing through the empty shoreline. The ship's staff, who were nearby and had heard his cries for help, wasted no time. With extraordinary courage and unwavering determination, the ship's staff confronted the tiger shark, taking calculated risks to fend off the formidable beast. Armed with their knowledge and tools, they fought fiercely to protect James from the imminent threat. In a display of remarkable heroism, they managed to drive the shark away, saving James from what could have been a tragic and gruesome fate. As the danger subsided, the ship's staff rushed to James's side. His leg bore the painful evidence of the shark's attack, but his life had been spared, thanks to the selfless bravery of these strangers turned saviors. They swiftly transported James to the nearest hospital, ensuring he received immediate. The incident served as a stark reminder of the unpredictability of life and the sudden turns it could take. Still, it also highlighted the indomitable spirit of those who come to the aid of others in times of dire need. The sea and the quaint fishing village of Coral Cove, located on the eastern coast of Australia in 2005. The village had a rich maritime heritage, with generations of families living from the ocean's bounties. Among the locals was Eleanor Ellie Grant, a 45-year-old marine biologist dedicated to studying the region's diverse marine life. Ellie had recently been tracking the migratory patterns of bull sharks, intrigued by their sudden appearance near Coral Cove. While bull sharks were known to frequent fresh waters, it was unusual for them to be so close to the village's shore. Intervention had saved them from a potential tragedy. The village was abuzz with the day's events as the sun set. The close encounter with the bull shark was a stark reminder of the unpredictability of nature. Ellie, hailed as a hero, knew that her work was far from over. The presence of the bull shark near Coral Cove was a mystery that needed solving, and she was determined to find answers. The encounter with the bull shark left Ellie with a mix of emotions. The adrenaline of the moment had faded, replaced by a profound introspection. The vastness of the ocean and its mysteries seemed more palpable than ever. The experience, rather than deterring her, drew her closer to the sea. She began spending more time on the beach, often just sitting on the sands watching the waves crash. The ocean, with its rhythmic ebb and flow, became her solace. Locals would often find her there, lost in thought, and many would join her, sharing their tales of the sea. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and shark, it symbolized resilience, respect, and the age-old dance between humans and nature. Ellie was touched. She hadn't expected her experience to leave such an impact. Years passed, and while the memory of the bull shark encounter never faded, it took on a different meaning for Ellie. It wasn't about the danger or the fear, but understanding, respect, and coexistence. The ocean, with all its inhabitants, was a reminder of the delicate balance of life. On a warm summer day, while Ellie was on her usual spot on the beach, she noticed a shadow in the water. The familiar fin of a bull shark appeared, moving gracefully through the waves. There was no fear, no panic, it's just a quiet acknowledgement. The shark lingered for a moment, then turned and swam away, leaving Ellie with peace and connection. Nestled along the coast of South Africa, the town of Wavecrest was a surfer's paradise. Its waves were legendary, drawing enthusiasts from all corners of the sunset, casting a golden hue over Wavecrest. Izzy sat on her porch, reflecting on the day's events. With its vastness and mysteries, the ocean again showed her its power. But it also reinforced her love for surfing, the thrill of riding the waves, and her deep connection with the sea. The days following the encounter were introspective for Izzy. While she had always been aware of the ocean's unpredictability, coming face to face with one of its apex predators was a stark reminder of its raw power. The vast blue ocean had always been her sanctuary, where she felt most alive, and now it had shown her an awe-inspiring and humbling side. Curiosity piqued, Maria decided to investigate further, hoping to uncover the mystery behind the shark's unusual behavior. The spot under the bridge the bull shark frequented was secluded from the river's main flow. Maria often found herself drawn to it, trying to decipher the shark's interest. Armed with an underwater camera, she decided to dive into the waters, hoping to capture some close-up shots and understand the creature's behavior. As Maria descended into the murky depths, the world around her transformed. The muffled sounds of the city gave way to the silent rhythm of the river. She maneuvered her way to the spot, her camera lights revealing discarded fishing nets, debris, and a surprising number of smaller fish. Suddenly, a swift movement caught her eye. The bull shark, with its unmistakable silhouette, was approaching her, its eyes cold and calculating, fixed on Maria. She could see the scars she had noticed before, now even more pronounced up close. Heart racing, Maria tried to remain calm, recalling all the advice she had heard about staying still during a shark encounter. But the bull shark seemed different. It circled her, each pass coming closer than the last. Maria could feel the water currents change with its powerful movements. With a sinking feeling, she realized that the shark was not just curious, but displaying signs of aggression. Without warning, the shark lunged at Maria. Instinctively, she thrust her camera towards it, the flash momentarily disorienting the creature. Seizing the brief moment of respite, Maria began her ascent, desperately hoping to reach the surface before the shark could recover. Breaking through the water's surface, Maria gasped for air, her heart pounding loudly in her ears. The boat she had anchored nearby seemed miles away. She swam with all her might, the weight of her equipment slowing her down. Every second felt like an eternity, the fear of the shark's jaws closing in on her ever present. Just as she was within reach of her boat, she felt a sharp tug on her leg. The bull shark had caught up and was trying to pull her under. In a desperate bid, Maria kicked hard, freeing herself from its grip. With one final effort, she pulled herself onto the boat, collapsing from exhaustion and relief. The news of Maria's narrow escape spread throughout Miami. The debate about the bull shark's presence in the river intensified. While some argued for its removal, citing safety concerns, others believed it had every right to be there, a part of the river's natural ecosystem. The city eventually installed warning signs along the river and designated safe zones for recreational activities. The bull shark, now dubbed Scar by the locals, continued its existence in the Miami River, a testament to the delicate balance between man and nature. Noir was turned into a book and became a bestseller, inspiring many to view these magnificent creatures with respect and awe. Town of Blue Harbor in the summer of 1998, the beaches were bustling with tourists and locals alike. Blue Harbor has a rich history, known for its pristine waters and abundant marine life. Legends spoke of ancient shipwrecks and hidden treasures beneath its waves, making it a popular spot for divers. She ran a small diving school, teaching tourists and locals the wonders of the underwater world. One fateful day, as Linda led a group of novice divers near the coral reefs, she noticed something unusual. A large shadow lurked in the distance, moving swiftly and purposefully. As it came closer, the unmistakable silhouette of a bull shark emerged. Bull sharks were uncommon in Blue Harbor, and their presence was a cause for concern. Known for their unpredictable behavior, they could pose a threat, especially to inexperienced divers. Linda quickly signaled her group to ascend and regroup on the boat. Once everyone was safely aboard, she investigated the shark's presence further. Armed with her underwater camera, she dived back in, maintaining a safe distance from the creature. As she observed, she realized that the shark had a fishing net tangled around its fin, restricting its movement and causing visible distress. Linda knew she had to help, but approaching a distressed bull shark was risky. She needed a plan. Recalling an old fisherman's trick, she used a shiny object to distract the shark. Rich community would establish a marine conservation zone, limiting fishing in certain areas to allow fish populations to recover. Second, they would launch a cleanup drive to remove discarded nets and other debris from the water, preventing entanglements and injuries to marine animals. Over the next few months, Blue Harbor transformed. The community came together for beach cleanups every weekend. Local schools started educational programs on marine conservation. Fishermen began using safer, eco-friendly nets and practices, reducing the risk of marine entanglements. Linda's diving school became a hub for marine conservation awareness. Tourists and locals alike were educated about the importance of preserving the marine ecosystem and the dangers of disrupting the delicate balance of nature. As the year progressed, the positive effects of the community's efforts became evident. Fish populations rebounded and fewer dangerous marine animals were spotted near the shore. The conservation zone was deemed a success and was extended for another year. One evening, as Linda was wrapping up a diving session, she spotted a familiar shadow in the distance. It was the same bull shark she had rescued, identifiable by a distinct scar on its fin. The shark circled her momentarily, as if acknowledging her before swimming away peacefully. Linda smiled, realizing that coexistence was possible. The harmony between humans and marine life in Blue Harbor was a testament to what a community could achieve when united by a common purpose. Years later, Blue Harbor became a model for other coastal towns. Linda's bravery and the community's collective efforts were a beacon of hope, proving that humans and nature could thrive side by side with understanding and collaboration.
Take on the waters. The oxygen tank felt heavy on her back, but it was a welcome weight, a symbol of the adventure she was about to embark on. As she adjusted her mask and regulator, her senses were heightened with anticipation. She felt as if she was about to enter a